So based on yesterday, we need probably a little bit more practice with our composite area, or the area of composite figures. So this next few days, we're going to get at least a little bit of work with them too. All right, so the first thing we always have to be able to do is figure out what shapes we can make that we know how to find the area of. So when you see a shape like this one should hopefully be a little bit easier to see. But what two shapes can I make? I can make a triangle and a rectangle. Some of y'all aren't being very good with the difference between a rectangle and a square. Squares have the same sides all the way around. Rectangles do not. So we made a rectangle and a triangle. All right, so now we find the area of each. How do I find the area of a square? Base times height. So I got 3 times 4. That makes it 12. So squares, rectangles, parallelograms are all base times height. So we do base times height, we get 12. Then we got the triangle. How do we find the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2. What's the base on that triangle? 6. Even though they're written there and there, that still works. The 6, that's not how that was supposed to go. The 6 still comes down here, and the 4 would be over here like as the base and the height. So we do 6 times 4 divided by 2. So yeah, the triangle also happens to be 12. Then our last step is we just take the two shapes, add them together, and that gives us our answer. Okay? Any questions? It's not so bad. The other thing mentioned yesterday, good chance you see a problem like this while you're in middle school. The EOG for 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade all have problems that work out similar to this, where you have, in this case, a sidewalk being built around a garden. It's something going around something else, basically like a perimeter type thing. Except what we're trying to do is find the area of that space that's going around. So there's a few things we need to do. First thing, we can get the area of the garden. So the garden is 20 yards by 12 yards. So go ahead and get the area of the garden. Who's got the area of the garden? Area of the garden is 240. So that's the part in green on that picture. Okay? Now, we've got a sidewalk that's going around it that's 2 yards wide. So we need the area of the gray in this picture. So the first thing we need is the length and the width for the gray. Who can give me the length for the gray? "24 yards is correct. Curved. All right, who can give me the width? 16 yards is correct. All right, so the way we get that 24 and we get that 16 is because it says sidewalk will be 2 yards wide. So what that means is I've got 2 yards width there, 2 yards width there. So when I go all the way across, I got 2, That wasn't supposed to move. I got 2 on each side with 20 in the middle, so 2, 20, 2 makes 24. Same idea going on the width. We got 2 yards there, 2 yards there, so when you go 2, 12, 2, that makes our 16. All right, so go ahead and find the area for the big rectangle. Who's got that? 384 is correct. So that makes our big rectangle 384 square yards. All right, we need the area of just the sidewalk, just that gray. So what do we do now? Ella, what do we do now?
384 minus 240.
And what'd you get?
144.
So we do 384 minus 240, and we get 184, or 144, sorry. Okay? None of the steps on a problem like this are really that tough. The hardest part on a problem like this, or the trickiest part, is getting the 24 and the 16. What I've seen a lot of kids in middle school do or make mistakes with is they forget that the sidewalk's on both sides. I've seen 6th, 7th, and 8th graders make that same mistake where they forget, the sidewalk goes all the way around, so instead of adding 2 and 2 to each of those numbers, they're only adding 2 one time. Okay?